All right, we all back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So are we going to 11?
Yeah.
All righty. Well, 11 is obviously just a common area. There's tables, chairs, kitchen facilities along the lateral walls, it says. The tables and chairs are collapsible. The kitchen areas have sliding screens, which can be used to conceal and protect them. There's the cabinets you were asking about. The floor of this area is uncarpeted and bears markings similar to that of a basketball court. Obviously for some kind of game. And that's all you've got so far.
So let's go through the cupboards.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. I see a note here, but it's a little confusing. But you guys said you wanted to go through the cabinets. It says that there's something in the drawer. Well, it didn't mention a drawer. But it says that in one drawer in the kitchen area, there are several resilient balls and some handball gloves. And that there's a switch, I guess, in that same drawer. And I'll head you off at the pass here and say nothing happens when you flip the switch, presumably because there is no power. Which brings us to Taz, you said what?
I want to go to 13.
13, all right. Okay, this is obviously the ship's locker. There are stocks of everyday items.
Anything in it?
Say again, Eric?
Oh, sorry. I was asking what's in it.
Okay. So there are stocks of everyday items. There are several large vac suits. Large like the doorways are large and all of that. And there are various small parts. There is also a weapons rack with no weapons on it.
And I'm going to go to room 10.
10. Okay, you do see what appear to be ducts. Like, they're either air ducts or they're carrying a whole lot of cables and pipes and stuff. And there are various control panels in the walls.
What kind of control panels? Are they manual switches? Are they like a circuit box?
We'll say darkened touch panels has been what you guys have been encountering everywhere. There are very few mechanical switches, dials, and stuff like that on this ship.
Okay.
I would like to go into room 12.
12. All right. It's obviously a pantry. It's stocked with canned and preserved foods. Much of the food is from easily recognizable commercial sources that you guys would be familiar with. So we've got familiar food on a very alien ship.
I think we should try to open room 9.
Yeah, I don't know if that's such a good idea. There's a snake on the door.
But we're all armed.
Well, I'll stay back in room 11. I ain't going in there.
Or I could, like, burst it open and then just, like, step back if anything happens. And if
I'd be
nothing
fine
happens,
ignoring it for now.
oh yeah.
It's a good excuse to tell the professor that we don't know if there's danger.
Yeah.
That's right, I forgot. I was going to have him call in when we got back from the bio break. He is very anxious and wants you to set up the tether?
I'm gonna say we found a room that we can't open that has a picture of a snake on it. We want to make sure that the room is safe. There's no creatures in here before we get everybody on board.
All right, he'll want to argue a little bit and ask, what do you mean a picture of a snake?
Like
It's a picture of a snake drawn in crayons.
by a kid.
So you're letting a child's drawing scare you?
Yes.
Well, I don't think that's reasonable. I'm your employer. I am instructing you to get that door open. You know what? I'll change that. I am your employer. I am instructing you to just hurry the heck up and run that tether. And I don't want to hear any excuses about children's drawings being frightening to you.
We've only been through 2 decks.
Yeah, I think he would say you guys need to hurry the heck up then. Or I'm going to...
well,
Yeah, let's go up to the next deck.
or I am going to cut your pay by 10%. There is nothing in writing. This is a cash transaction, and if you guys don't hurry up and get me on that ship, I'm shaving 10% off of your payment.
Alright.
So you guys say you want to go up to the next deck.
Yeah.
well,
It was just
if we could have somebody go down to the first deck and check it carefully and then install the tether while the rest of us check the rest of the deck.
You mean
So we get a chance to see the whole carefully before
Okay.
he gets on.
I think we should do the tether, and maybe the professor could help with some things that we might not know.
all right?
I want to start heading up towards the cargo deck.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, all right. So you guys leave, you go to set up the tether. We will leave that for the moment while they move on up to, is the next deck the cargo deck?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So go to the cargo deck and somebody read that text that's at the top of the page.
Alright, this deck has 3 iris valves in the central access shaft. They lead starboard, forward, and port. Each is marked with A7.
Each is marked with a 7. So you guys emerge. Oh, there's the hatch. You're right at that corridor that's labeled 4 and 5. Corridor. This passage leads to port, makes a right angle bend aft, where it is then blocked by massive steel doors. Before the bend, large cargo doors open fore and aft into cargo areas. Scratch and scuff marks indicate that cargo has been dragged across the corridor many times. Let's see. Does anybody see the large or the massive steel doors it's talking about? The passageway, this is talking
I
about...
would assume it's right here.
Okay. This is talking about 4. And it says the corridor leads to port, makes a right angle bend aft, where it is then blocked by massive steel doors. So we all know where that massive steel door is?
Yeah, on the turrets.
All right. Let's see. Okay. There's also a red button near the massive steel door.
Probably the door.
I'll press it.
Nothing happens, presumably because there is no power.
I'd like to check out the aft cargo bay.
And that is 6. Aft cargo bay. Okay.
Oh, no.
So
Yeah.
big.
This area is an irregularly shaped cargo bay, marked by an arched protrusion in its center and bulges in the lateral walls. The arched protrusion is fitted with a sturdy sliding door. Let's see, I can't read you that. Halfway back in the rear area, along the side walls, are sets of cabinets.
I'm gonna go through the cabinets.
I lost my place. Okay. The port cabinet has 3 vac suits of unusual size, so they are the really large ones.
Okay.
These suits, tell me what kind of skills you have, Eric. Anything about deducing technology or anything like that?
I mean, I have electronics of a 2. I have jack of all trades, of course. I have sensors. I have mechanic. I have survival, and that's I don't know. I have like all sorts of piloting skills. I have a vac
Okay.
suit of 2.
Well, then just... Oh, you have a vac suit of 2?
Yeah.
Okay, something strikes you as odd about these suits. Not only are there no air tanks attached to them, there are no air tanks anywhere nearby, and you can't even see how air tanks would be a part of this suit. This is the weirdest vac suit you've ever seen. It does not use air tanks.
Okay. Can I try the sliding door?
Is that the massive steel doors?
No, the 11, I think.
That door. All right, hang on. 11. That is a very sturdy door. The kind of door, I mean, it's like an airlock door. But you guys should go back and look at the pictures of the ship and locate that door that you're looking at there.
Is it C? Is it the blank deck?
Yes, it is C. Now look at the pictures of the exterior of the ship, and you will, sooner or later, see that door.
Go downward.
I see it in photos 4 and 6.
Go through that. 4 and 6.
Okay.
Yes. Also, I think I see it in 5 too.
I see where it would be in 5, yes, but I can't actually make out the door in that picture. But yes, you've got that huge alcove thing.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
part of your cargo deck. And that door that you are at, Taz, is the door that you guys can see in that alcove in pictures 4 and 6. Only the pictures depict it being open, and obviously, standing at it right now, it is closed and sealed, and there's good reason to believe that there is space on the other side of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the part right there. Yeah.
Okay. I'll move to the forward cargo bay then.
Forward cargo area, a large chamber, nearly 20 meters wide and 9 meters deep. There is a big pile of empty crates near one wall, a very large pile of empty crates against one wall. And sitting off by itself is a bale of vegetable leaves near the iris valve.
Are they rotten?
Nope.
Are they fresh?
They are brown, but they're not like dry and brittle. They are moist. I mean, they're, fresh, as you said. Does anybody have any kind of investigate or so? I need to give you guys a hint.
I have investigated 0.
Yeah, mine too.
Let's try you using investigation and intelligence, I guess, Lucy.
11.
11. Okay, you're pretty sure this is tobacco. And that's a rarity in this part of the Imperium. It would sell for a lot of money.
Why would somebody carry
It is a big bale of tobacco.
We could sell it.
Yes, and it mentions that, I'm not going to tell you the amount, but it would go for a whole lot of money if sold in the seedier parts of a starport town. It is probably illegal on any world with a law level of 8 or better. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about the guys who are running the tether. Let's bring in some complication. They now have the tether. The boys report to you that the professor and the visual documentarian are now aboard the ship, and they are on, we'll say, the bridge at the moment. The professor is looking at basically everything on just the bridge for right now, and he's got his little notebook out, and he's comparing what he's seeing to his notes. He's making little additional notes. Meanwhile, the visual documentarian has a handheld camera like this, and it's got a big light on it that's producing a brilliant glow all over the bridge as he is filming. And the guy is, well, he's the type that he's like, never before has man seen anything like we are seeing now. This is unprecedented in human history. It turns the camera around and pointed at itself. What other secrets will it reveal? So he's having a grand old time of that. The professor is looking at everything, jotting down notes, comparing notes. Do you guys want to stick around and be his bodyguards, or do you want to go join the others?
They sound like Paxo.
I haven't even done a voice yet. Oh, you mean the enthusiasm. Yeah, they're very enthusiastic. Well, I mean, you guys should be too. I mean, this is a ship that's completely unlike anything anybody has ever seen before. Not that you've, been around the whole galaxy and back. So, yes.
I'd like to try to get into room 9 that had the snake, if anyone else wants to go.
All right. Are you telling them that you're going to go and try to open 9, or are you going to sneak up there?
I'll tell them.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay.
Does anyone else want to check it out?
No, I'm staying with the professor and the guy.
Okay.
Actually, I don't want to go to that room. Then I don't know if that's the wisest decision by myself.
I'm still on a mission to get the lights on, or the power on.
Okay.
I want to check out the observation dome.
That's on the cargo deck. Let's see here. Observation dome. This is a transparent astrogation dome with a bearing race along the front half of its circumference. Now, I did not look up what a bearing race is, but I assume it's like one of those bands that goes around in a circle that has degrees and such marked on it. But if somebody wants to look it up and prove me wrong, they can. But it's a transparent astrogation dome with a bearing race along the front half of its circumference. Mounted on the race is an electromechanical sextant connected to the computer. Now, of course, Taz, I believe, has at least a +1 in astrogation, so he could surely deduce things about it, and we'll say that he deduced what we've already seen. That's how we even know it's a sextant, right?
Yep, I have astrogation of 2.
Oh, well, there it is. So yes, you recognize the bearing race and the sextant, and you are easily able to conclude that this is not completely an observation dome, it's more specifically an astrogation dome.
I think I should tell the professor that one sample that we found on glass had a fingerprint of a human.
And he will definitely be fascinated by that. And Huh?
And doesn't Lucy have some hair too that wasn't still identified?
Yep. We'll say that you did meet up with her and give it to her. That's right. You
Yeah.
were looking at something in that cargo area. You wanted. You were looking at the empty crates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Roll me an
I
investigation.
know that they were empty, so.
Right. Roll me an investigation. You can add intellect to it.
8.
Okay. When you look closer at this huge pile of empty crates, there is a blinking light behind it.
So what's in the crates? Oh, they're empty. Never mind.
Yep. Uh-oh. We just lost Taz.
Okay.
We have a problem.
Okay.
Our umbrella just flew over the fence. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Our backyard umbrella. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Did he say our relative flew over the fence?
That's what I thought he said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe he said umbrella and it sounded like our relatives.